Yeah, you got to get us bitching on camera.
Just stick to the format, Angelo.
Are we live?
I don't know. I'm just gonna let you guys keep arguing, and we'll see if you're live or
We're
not.
live? That's awesome.
I just turned it on now.
So we're on now?
Yes.
All right, so the reason that we were a little bit late is because Josh and I are having a little dispute as to the format. So I thought that the opponent should choose which of the 5 balls the opponent has to choose. And then he's like, well, yeah, it should be how we decided. Well, I'm trying to think of it being really cool, and he wants to try to make it in his favor.
Cut. He's trying to make it to where he has a better advantage. Don't let him fool you.
No, I already have the advantage.
Don't let him fool you. It doesn't matter. He still wants more of an advantage.
All right. First of all,
Do whatever you want. Pick my ball.
I woke up this morning, and my first thought went to, holy crap, I can bowl the senior tournaments now.
It's his birthday.
It's my birthday today. So, happy birthday to me. Welcome. Thank you, all of you that have already texted or shot me a message on Facebook. Thank you very much. I can't really say that I've looked forward to a birthday in recent years as much as I've looked forward to this one. Only because now I get to bowl on the senior tour, and so I don't have to bowl against the young guns and those whippersnappers that wind their ball all the way into their hand or like that. So, and then I walk in here and we're putting our balls on the rack, and then Josh says, well, I want to throw some practice. I'm like, wait a minute, I've never thrown practice. And he's like, well, I got to get loose. I'm thinking, well, who's the old man here? Let's go. So, also,
I gave you practice.
Josh, my friend,
God, why can't you just go whatever?
my friend came in and wrote me a birthday card. It says old man on it. So I'll open this later. Thank you, Josh. Take it easy on the old man.
So are you using this thing or are you replacing it?
So I got 6 balls on the rack because I thought, but I got this emerald here too. So I was thinking that I would use 5 balls in the current line or the most recent line, but then Josh breaks out this stuff to try to give himself a noticeable advantage.
What?
He's got Alpha Crux. Now Josh uses orange grips because he likes to match the grips with the label. He loves the way it looks rolling down the lane with those orange grips flopping. And then he's got a High Road X. I can barely put my hand in his ball. His span is like, what's your span? 7 1/4? 8 inches? Something like that. And then he's got, it looks like he just took this one off the house machine. So he was in here
It was from
getting
last
prepped.
night.
So he's in here getting prepped and ready long before he probably slept in the shop.
That was from the sweeper last night, shush.
Well, then he's got his trusty IQ Tour. And what else you got?
Promotion.
And then we got one of the best balls that's out right now. Believe it or not, the Promotion. I got my Promotion on the rack. I have a Astrophysics. I have a Wild Streak. I have the Phase 3. And I have the Phase 2. And I also have the IQ Emerald. So for my last shot, I think we should. I think you should choose what ball I'm throwing, and then I get to choose what ball you're throwing.
Do whatever you want.
I think we should do that. And we are shooting our spares too. So, are we ready to go? This is just a 1-game match, quick and painless.
If that's how you want it.
Listen, look at him. Look at him trying to make it like all these. Whatever you want to do. This was your idea to begin with.
Yeah, but you're changing it up.
All right,
I'm trying to make it more interesting.
who's getting picked to start? Who's starting on the left?
And he can start. It doesn't even
I'll
matter.
start. That's fine.
You can start with the Wild Streak.
He wants me to start with the Wild Streak. All right. go. 1 game match, or is it best out of 3?
What do you want to do? Do you
I think we
got
should do
3?
best out of 3.
Fine, whatever.
Because that way Josh won't be sniveling if he loses the first match, like because he didn't have enough practice shots.
Oh, shut up.
So,
He had 3 games of practice on this last night.
yeah. Oh, we are bowling on. We're bowling on what was left over from our Sunday sweeper last night, and that was Bourbon Street, 7-to-1 ratio. So relatively easy, higher scores, 40 feet long. So it's whatever was left out there. And I let Josh bowl for about a half an hour, get lined up on both lanes. I just came out and took a shot
He's
or
a
two.
liar. He came out with me in practice. He's lying.
Okay. Also, I'd like to thank all of you that came in. This is really nice of you to come in. Aren't you?
Oh, you want me to pan around to the crowd again?
Okay. Standing room
This
only.
is better than beat the champ.
All right. I like Fran Bax's version of that better.
Yeah.
Well, we can't say it.
I know, we can't.
But it's really funny. So ask Fran Bax about that. Pretty funny.
He's easy on the eyes as a scorekeeper.
Okay. Here we go. My first shot.
I don't know. You can see on there. I can't see on my phone.
One.
Okay, what ball?
I want you to use the High Road X.
Yeah, because you knew it looked like a turn. All right. See, he's got every storm ball imaginable. I got like 5. So I just got to make do with what I have.
Oh, come on, there. That's why I'm not bowling many of the regular events anymore. Because the high speed and rev rate guys, they go flying through the nose.
This
get
should have been a
pins flying
strike.
out. Oh, yeah, you're right. It should have been.
He's using all that head pin.
I got him right where I want him.
I bet you do. All right. What's next?
Now you have to use the Alpha Crux. Now watch how cool these
Polar
orange grips are
opposites.
rolling down the lane.
You're an idiot.
Did you see how cool those orange grips were? Swirl, 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 right down the lane. Look at that. He's probably shocked that he didn't throw the head pin off the wall to get the 2-pin.
No. I do that ball in practice and it's stronger and I have to quicker, faster.
Okay.
I just do it too fast, that's all. All right, no harm, no foul.
The foul lights aren't on.
Hook! Hook! Oh!
And a hard shot.
All right, now choose my second frame. Phase 3. My trusty phase 3.
Trust me, pay for it.
Okay, now what?
Phase 2.
Phase 2. We're going down a notch.
Oh, he chopped it out of there. All right, what ball?
We're gonna make Josh throw the IQ Tour. Okay, so something that might be cool, switching into a little serious mode.
I thought that was good.
I actually thought that was pretty good too. More of a serious mode. The thoughts that I had with the 3 shots that I threw. Josh, go ahead and we'll just keep filming, but rather than just have it be dead time, dead space without any talking. You know, I started out with a relatively smooth ball in the Wild Streak, and I was standing 22, looking 22. Because it was a little smoother ball, I gave it just a little bit more with my hand and threw it just a little slower. All right, Josh, I want you to throw the ProMotion now. And then Josh decided that I throw the Phase 3. Obviously, that's a quicker ball. So I didn't move my feet because I liked the part of the invisible course that I was in. That was a good shot. I liked the part of the course that I was in, and so with that Phase 3, I just decided to dial back my hand a little bit, soften my hand a little, so to try to achieve the same type of motion. We're always looking for the same ball motion, but how we accomplish that ball motion, that changes all the time. That's certainly a Bowl U benchmark staple. Proper ball motion never changes. How we accomplish that proper ball motion, that's changing all the time, whether it's changing your speed, changing your axis, changing your rev rate, moving your feet, changing your loft. If I missed something in there, some of you have mentioned that maybe you could take your eyes farther down the lane or move your eyes closer if that's something you feel comfortable with. But nonetheless, I'm going to try to throw all 5 balls from the identical stance of where I'm standing, and then just dial in the little feel moves, the speed and rev rate moves, projection angle moves, that type of stuff, to be able to make each of these balls look and achieve the same shape on the lane, even though I'm not throwing them identical. Okay, so that's my goal here. All right, Josh, 4th grade, what do we got? I have the astrophysics left. I have the ProMotion, and if Josh chooses, I will throw the IQ Emerald, even though that's 6 balls. So I'll give him 6 to choose from for my 5 shots. So we got astrophysics now. Let's see, what did I just throw?
Just your Phase 2.
Oh, I threw the Phase 2. Sorry. I gotta find my thumb sleeve here.
As you can tell, he's kicking the crap out of me, but that's why it's a best of 3. Got a lot of game left.
Okay, astrophysics. Still standing 22, looking 22. This is a little quicker motion, but if you remember when we tested this a few weeks ago, I've dusted this cover a little bit, so I would say that I use this more as a medium quick to medium type of ball. So I'm just gonna throw this the way I would normally throw it. It should be a little bit smoother than the Phase 3 that I threw on this lane in the 2nd frame. Standing 22, looking 22, gotta get dialed in. Now this rack happens to be a little bit closed. I'm not going to re-rack, but if I was in competition, I would probably re-rack this rack. It looks like that if I hit half pocket, I could leave a weak 10 on this rack. So hopefully I can get this one up in there and limit the
Play it as
deflection.
it lies, Happy.
Yep, play it as it lies. All right, 22, 22. We get dialed back in here. Okay,
Yeah, shoot
so
300 against me.
Actually threw that one pretty decent. Got it up in there because of the rack. I didn't want to really hook it in too much because it'd be hard to get the ball to the left side of the 3-pin, which is what we want when we're talking about deflection. Okay, now he has chosen the IQ Emerald. So the ball that will not be used is the Belmo ball. What is it?
Promotion.
I can't think.
It's getting old.
All right,
I know.
still 22, looking 22. Again, this is similar than the physics, similar than the phase 2, or phase 3 rather. But this core is a little weaker. So I have to catch this one just a little bit more to make it look like the same shape, just to help get this core started a little bit. There's that weak 10. Saw that stop a little bit. I could have gave that one a little bit more. All right, I need to get my spare ball here. Excuse me. All right, I'm trying to double bounce this 10 pin here. All right, decent, wasn't double bounce, but I certainly hit enough of the meat of the pin, enough of the center of the pin. Okay, so after 5 frames, I have a decent lead when I'm bowling match play. Go ahead, let's go.
Match up.
Choosing the matchup, the Black Pearl. When I'm bowling a match, I'm trying to stay, obviously I'm trying to stay ahead, but I'm wanting to keep in, what am I trying to
That's
say
my
here?
favorite ball. That's my favorite ball.
Very important thing when I'm bowling a match is that I want to try to make sure that I'm always aware of the count. Right now, Josh is at 7, I'm at 9. So that could come into play later on in the match. In match play, 1 pin might as well be a double.
All right, what's the next ball?
No, run them back through the same order. You gotta go through the same order.
So
Yep.
High Road X,
High Road X, starting with the High Road X again.
this turd.
So we're doing Baker Storm bowling balls. Almost got it with the late rolling messenger. So it looked to me like, I was just going to say, it looked to me like Josh made a subtle adjustment off of the previous shot with that, which was, he went through the face, almost left the 4-6. Threw that one great. That was a well-executed shot. All right. Now, go from the Emerald, go back to the Wild Streak. Now keep in mind, just because we're running back through the same 5 balls in the same order that we did, now we're on the other lane with each given ball. I used the Wild Streak on the left lane, now it'll be on the right lane. Still standing 22, looking 22. Got to dial this one down a little bit because of the response time characteristic. Got a fortunate chop with the 10. Pretty happy about that. What was my second ball again? It wasn't the phase 2, it was phase 3. Stupid spare ball. Tell me to do one.
Still a lot of bowling left. Lots of bowling. Oh my God. chopping shit out.
Got to suck the air in on those trip 4 pins.
Trip 4 9s.
That one I actually missed in a little bit.
And hold on, what did he say on the very first shot when I broke up the split? Oh, I can't get the boo. And what did he just
That's
do?
exactly what I said, verbatim.
All right. What was my second ball?
Your second ball was the
Alpha?
Alpha,
Oh yeah, that's
the orange grips.
probably gonna die out halfway down the road. Josh. So he's getting every break in the day so far. What else is new? I told you to pack a lunch.
When you have a chance to put somebody away, you bury them. I noticed.
Bury that last one.
No, I don't care about burying the shots. I mean, bury the guy. Put him in the ground. I got to tell you, congratulations to Pete Weber. He won another regional with Michael Holloman this past weekend. That was a great shot there. But Pete Weber, Norm Duke, guys like that, Walter Ray, Parker Bone, some of the best all time. When they have somebody down, you put them in the ground, okay? Because you never know when somebody's going to just keep around, stay alive, and be able to strike out, and then you have a bad break to lose them. So right now, that's where my brain's thinking. Even though I might be up by, what, 30 or 40 pins? No way. Keep running through the finish. All right, what was my third ball?
Phase 3 or phase 2.
Phase 2. Okay. Phase 2. Again, similar to the wild streak that I threw over here. If you remember, I just barely chopped the 10. So I'm still standing the same, looking the same, standing 22, looking 22. I'm just going to allow this ball to roll because it's so smooth. I don't got to worry about the response time making it be too quick down lane.
Oh my God, I can chop out going to man. Come on,
You know, when you have a high rev rate like that, you expect to chop out the 10 like that.
Oh, use your own advice. Use more the head.
You said last week you didn't. Did you say you're 700 or 800 RPM?
700 or 800. Well, the last time I did it, I actually was 793. I don't tell anybody that's adding 3 shots together, but I count it that way. All right, what's my next ball?
Astro and then
the Emerald.
Astro, yeah. All right, we wipe this off.
This one's gonna be high flush just because I know it's got down lane. This one's cut back. I'm just gonna predict it.
You're right, that is cut back.
I'm trying to get the douche a compliment here.
That was kind of like my Tiger Woods moment.
Tiger Woods, man.
Taking the hat off as the ball was still going to the hole and saying, all right, thank you, nice match.
Yeah, we still got 2 games left there, Haas.
We have a good story. We recommended to one of our customers, well, we can say his name because it's a good story, Ricky Muscle. I was telling Ricky that he should be drilling a promotion, and he was talking about drilling a phase 3. This was last Thursday. Sure enough, Friday, Ricky bowls league here, and was talking with Josh before league and said, yeah, Josh, I think I want to use the phase 3. Can you drill me one? And Josh says, you know, I thought you and Brad were talking about drilling the promotion. All right, let me think about it, Ricky says. So.
Yeah!
So, Finally, halfway through the second game, is that right about what it was? Halfway through the second game?
Yeah, they got it ready for the last one.
Ricky comes in and says, all right, Josh, throw me the pro motion. Josh hurries up, punches it, gets 3 holes in it, gives it to Ricky, throws it, I think, in the fill ball.
Yep.
Fill ball of the second game, boom, 300. First 12 shots or whatever, 13 shots out of the box, right off the press, 300. So congratulations, Ricky. That pro motion is really, really a good ball. Okay. All right, what's the last ball I got to throw? The emerald, right?
Yeah, 220. That's exactly what I ended up on the list. 223 or whatever last night on his turn.
222. Last night he had 222. Today he's got 223. All right. IQ Emerald, if you remember, the previous shot with this ball, it labored a little bit down lane, and I think that's just because of the weaker core. So I'm going to throw this one just a little bit slower and maybe catch it a little bit more. Hopefully you can remember the shot that was on 21, and hopefully this one will be noticeably different. It might check and go high just because of the response time. Because I'm slowing down, I might have to move into just a little bit more oil, but I'm not going to. So we're going to see if I can get this to match up. This could be the ball the next game that puts it away. So I got to make sure I get lined up with this.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
All right, still 22, 22. Throw it a little bit slower, catch it just a little bit more.
Oh!
That certainly checked and went through the nose. That's what I thought. So information-wise, you know, like if I'm bowling a tournament this coming weekend and I'm going to go to that ball, I may need to make a subtle lateral move to the left just for that reason. If I slow down with that ball, I need to give it a little bit of help because of the response time. Okay? All right. So I might as well try to make this. See if I can.
You might as well, you know.
Okay, here we go.
You ain't counting that on your score.
That was pretty close.
You get 2.
Well, we're not doing total pins.
What do you mean?
So you're doing best of 3.
Best
Okay,
of 3.
fine, go ahead. Let's go.
Well, we can do total pins or best of 3. I mean, feel free to change it to your rules however you want and try to match up to
You
whatever you
changed
like.
it all before we even started.
I was trying to make it more interesting, give us something to talk about, other than them just watch me just pile drive you.
Oh yeah, pile driving, like you pile driving in that game, yeah. That 10 pin carries, I beat you that game.
If.
Yeah, exactly.
If.
You went through the
What's that? If.
Yeah, but you carry that 10 pin, he probably doesn't make that same move that 10th frame.
With uncles and aunts and all that stuff.
Are we using the same lineup here?
If you want to change the lineup, you go ahead and change the lineup. I
I'm
think you
asking
got
you.
me. You got me right where you want me with that IQ being on in the 10th frame because I haven't lined up with it yet. Okay, I'll keep this on my thumb, and you just let me know where it needs to go.
He's gonna
As
tell
far
you.
as which ball? Which ball?
I was gonna say he's gonna tell you where it needs to go.
Same lineup. I'll put your thumb somewhere.
All right, we have our crowd grew by
It tripled.
200%. We just tripled our crowd. It was really nice to see it. I got my beautiful daughter Riley here. She's my wingman whenever she's not at school. So she's awesome. All right, that's one. All right, what do you want me to start with?
No, start with what you started with last time.
Okay. You want me to do the same type of strike, or do you want me to go a little higher flush?
Whatever you want to do there,
Okay.
old man.
Okay.
You're like the Tin Man. I got to get out the oil.
I'll go high flush on this one.
Joints, like the drill press, WD-40. Oh, okay.
I didn't throw that one that good. As you can see, I missed it a little bit. at
Oh,
the
he
bottom.
missed it a lot of it.
But must be nice to know that even when you're properly lined up, you don't have to throw it perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, what's our second ball?
phase 3 and then phase 2.
We keep stressing that. It's not so technical.
Always get this oil off.
Oh my God, he gets every rack hit. Every rack, that should be a rack.
Proper ball motion never changes. What is proper ball motion? There's one word that describes proper ball motion. I would certainly say that that's smooth. But as Rick Benoit said in one of the previous weeks, he put a comment on, the only science you need to know about ball motion, the only science that you need to know about ball motion is the word precession. 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 That's the migration of the rotational axis getting matched up so that the ball can deflect properly through the pin. All right, we got a match here. 2-2. 3-3. Now that was another great shot.
That was with the IQ. 2 hurt.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Okay, phase 2 for me.
We each scored 300. I think we should just go.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, now we got astrophysics. Keep in mind, paying attention to what I'm really thinking, those smoother balls I'm allowing to feed to the right. I didn't do a very good job of it the first frame of this game with that wild streak. As I said, I missed it a little bit. But that's what I'm thinking with those balls, allowing them to use their response time characteristic. I don't have to try to hold it in and use the oil because they're so smooth when they come in contact with friction.
Yeah, if you notice, most of the balls on the rack, for me, are smooth. All of them are, actually. He's got a few quicker ones, but...
Check any questions, comments on there?
You got to chop those in like that. You got to keep the pressure on them.
What am I at now?
Not to mention, I go up 2 pins and count. That's huge. Huge in a one-game match.
Don't worry, your bad ball's coming up here soon.
And he got a bad spot on the 3-6. The 3 and the 6 is a little separated. So we'll see if he can adjust for guarding against the chop. And he did. Great conversion there. All right. Going into the bottom of the top of the 5th. He's going to his trusty matchup Black Pearl. If any of you have any questions or comments, I can tell you this though. There's something to say. When you have confidence in a particular ball and you put it in your hands, and for a while now, how long have you liked that ball?
Since I punched it up.
Okay, so the past few months, Josh has said how much he's liked this matchup Black Pearl. And I've watched him, I don't get to watch him bowl league that much, but on that shot right there, there's a whole different aura that comes out. The way that he throws the ball, he throws it with seemingly so much more confidence and authority. And it goes down the lane, and it just looks better. So I think that's something to note. All right, I got to go to my IQ tour. This has been the ball that I'm not too lined up with. Emerald. My apologies.
Like at Paul's ID, each bowler should be able to call alley ball for their opponent once per game, wild card.
No.
That's fine with me. We can do that too.
I can't get my hand in half of the alley ball.
Oh boy. He's going to pick an 8-pounder.
Okay. So what I want to do is, Josh, I'll let you decide. And I'm being serious. No, seriously, because remember I slowed down and I hit it a little harder. And while it looked good on the lane as far as the precession and the way that it read front to back, it certainly checked a little too much down lane because of the response time. So normally I would move a little left. Josh, I'll let you decide. Do you want me to move left, or do you want me to stay where I was and change my hand? Because I think this is a good teaching time, seriously.
Move left.
Okay, he's going to let me move left. So I'm going to move 3 and 2 left off of the previous shot that was over here to where I left the big 4. And I think this should look pretty good. It might still weak 10 just because of the ball, but we'll see. So 3 and 2, so 25, looking 24, and I'm going to throw it the same way that I did the previous shot that went through the face. Slower with a little higher rev rate. Okay, that looked pretty good.
All right, I'm done helping you.
All right, he's done helping me. Okay. Okay, so now I go back to the wild streak.
You chop another 10 pin out with that ball. I'm going to throw
Wild
it in the
streak.
Niagara River. Niagara River, and we'll be swimming with my fever pitch.
Wild streak, easily the smoothest of the 5 balls that I'm throwing. The phase 2 is probably pretty close, but I'm moving back to where I started, 22, and again allowing this to just roll and arc in there.
Oh my God! You gotta be kidding me. And all he did was complain about the split I broke up, right?
I love
That's
it.
all he did. That was a
love
seven.
it.
That was
That
a 7
ain't Brooklyn.
pin. That was a
That
7
wasn't
pin.
a Brooklyn shot there.
That was a 7 pin split. That's what that was. Mr. I don't have enough red. I don't have enough red rate.
So it's really, really nice when things go according to plan. It's always nice when you get a nice break like that.
Throw another one like that. See what
And
happens.
then it's always nice when you get the break, you dig it in just a little bit, in hopes that will affect the guy's next shot. Not enough precession, possibly, or certainly too much deflection. So what caused too much deflection? Maybe not enough precession. Maybe this is the lane that has that little closed rack that comes up every now and then. So maybe that could have lended itself to it. Certainly it was a great shot. And it breaks my heart that it happened. So he's going to try to double bounce the spare because that's what we do. That's how you make spares. When you're practicing, that's how that's how I want to have my spares fall. Right on the meat of the pin, kick the pin straight back, and then have the ball grab it again in the pit. So I find myself up, let's see, what? 240. So I'm up 30 pins and count. So it might as well be close to 40 pins. So if you're going to waste your time trying to use the sideboards, I shouldn't say waste your time.
What are you talking about?
If
You
you're
just
going to
used
try
them.
to use the sideboards,
You
you
just
got to
used
make
them.
sure that the head pin hits
It did hit it.
the 10 pin.
It did.
Hard enough to make it fall.
Twice. What else is good? This is the story of my bowling life, folks. This ain't nothing new. I'm used to it. Ain't nothing new. Doesn't matter how good it's been thrown.
Those of you that follow Josh's posts can pretty much rest assured that if he bowls competition one day, the next day there's going to be a post about, I need a break, I quit this game sucks, this is the end,
I
who
don't
wants to
say
sub
this
for
game
me,
sucks.
I need 3 weeks off, who can sub for me in my 7 leagues, all this stuff.
Josh's feed is my source of positive affirmations. He's
4.
just full of positivity.
4 leads. Good shit.
What the heck ball I gotta throw?
Phase 3.
Fit-
No, you're on 7, so you're on 2. So your second one was phase
Phase
3,
two.
or
Phase
phase
three.
3 and then phase 2.
Phase 3 and then phase 2. Yep, that's right. All right. Again, this is a little quicker ball, but it's a little stronger core, so I don't have to make that move left. I could, but you know, I end up telling a lot of students, a lot of people, just because you can move left doesn't mean you should move left. Let that be just one of the options. Develop the art and creativity of staying where you're at, dialing your hand down, and I'm going to stay where I'm at with this because a little stronger than that IQ Emerald.
I cross over. I got a better carry percentage crossing over than I do actually hitting the head pin where you're supposed to. Uh-oh. Looks like that wasn't a strike.
So I did the kiss of death there. I was actually thinking of something else on my way up to the foul line. I should have stopped. All right, I got to shoot the spare with this because I got the 9 pin back there. I have a particular, I guess, formula that I shoot this spare. I move when the pattern's laterally defined, like it already is. I'll end up moving 7 left with my feet. I'll move 4 left with my eyes, and I throw it a little bit faster and try to fit it in there so that the ball doesn't hook too much down lane. So 7 and 4 left. So I was 22, no, 29. The 4 ends up being 26. The 29, 26, and throw it a little faster. And that was close enough. All right, so I let him back in it there. So I got to get my mind back. My mind back in there. No, because now I came back behind him and count. So now I'm only ahead by 1 mark in count. Which, now I got to bear down. So what do I got, phase 2? Okay, my trusty phase 2. Got to make sure I throw this good. I can't let him back in the match.
Don't worry, you'll chop this one out. Just like that.
That was a pretty good shot.
That wasn't a
Come on.
chop
Gotta
out.
give me my credit.
It started to wrap.
Got to give me my credit when I actually throw pretty good, though. All right. So now if I'm bowling in a match, I'm certainly thinking, okay, the 9th frame, no more important than the 1st frame, no different than the 2nd or 3rd frame. I'm thinking, okay, Josh is probably going to strike out. Threw that one pretty good. Looks like he got just a little fast on that. Was that the IQ Tour?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that IQ Tour that
I spun it.
I would say, okay, so he said he didn't throw it that good. Maybe so. But certainly, you know, when you get those weaker cores in your hand, unless there's enough friction, they'll have a tendency to hydroplane a little bit down lane.
That's what they just did.
The guys that really use those weaker core balls to a huge amount of success, usually the guys that really, really rail on it, that can create enough friction just with their high rev rate. Okay, and you could certainly see that one from a ball motion point of view. That one is certainly too smooth for right now. So let's say he was bowling the match, and let's say he was using that Belmo ball.
I moved two off of that, though. Because they were coming in really hard, and if I got too slow with it.
Okay, so he made a little lateral move, and with that subtle increase in angle, launch angle, certainly didn't get around the corner the way he wanted. All right, I should be at the astrophysics now, right?
Yep.
Okay, now my brain's thinking, all right, I just got to do my job, hit the pocket, stay clean, because he can only go 220. And the good news is now I am back ahead of him in count. Very important.
Make your spares.
Make my spares if I leave any.
Now it's over.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to hear anything out that shot.
Oh, here we go. Chops out every 10 pin known to man. That should have been a dead flat 10. You know what? We're bowling on his pair, too. Where he goes crazy every time he bowls on it. Let's go bowl on 13 and 14.
All right. Finish off with the IQ Tour. If you remember, I moved 2 and 2 left, or 3 and 2 left. It was 3 and 2 left, and I threw it a little slower. So I'm going to make that same move over here, and hopefully it'll look the same as it did over there when I did that. So 25, 24, little higher rev rate, little slower speed. And it looked good again. So not always is the move just move left.
All right, so after this is done, Brad can answer a few of your questions. I'm just going to finish them.
Kind of like we're at a commercial break. Everybody knows the match is over and done with. So Josh will finish up, and then we'll do our trophy presentation when we come back from the commercial.
Must be nice to trip everything. No, man. Oh, finally it stands.
Actually, got that one a little bit farther left. That was a little bit more inside out, and it just didn't rev enough. Probably didn't catch it enough. All right, double bounce to spare to finish out. Which I did. What a great day. What a wonderful day. I'm going to say this, and again, in all seriousness, I want to preface everything in all seriousness. Those of you that have been 10 in the Pit Pro Shop customers, thank you. Thank you very much for your loyalty and your commitment to Josh. And what are we coming up on? About 2 full months that we've been together. 2 full months we've been together here in the shop, moving 10 in the pit lanes, or 10 in the pit.
Huh. Battery went dead.
Inside Brad Angelo lanes. And I can speak for myself. I could not be happier with the way that it has went. Getting to meet many of the members of Pit Nation. It's been awesome. You guys are awesome and hugely loyal. to Josh and what Josh is doing. Josh, if there's anything you want to say.
You know I love him.
And well, I don't know. I mean, you always get goofy when I start getting a little
I'm not getting goofy.
corny and sentimental, but I look forward to a very long and successful relationship with Josh. I love everything that he stands for. I love his loyalty that he's already shown me, and I will certainly give that back to him. Those of you that really know Josh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So Josh, thank you. Thanks for the friendship, and thanks for the business partnership. It's been great. And thank you for the ideas that we have here in trying to bring something for
Not really any questions on there.
the Pit Nation and those of you from around the world. If you're watching this and you're somewhere else, shoot us a like, share what we're doing. It'd be great to continue to do this. I do plan on bowling some of the regular PBA events coming up in February. At least that's the plan right now. I know the PBA tour starts in a couple weeks down in Dallas. At this point, I'm planning on skipping those events because my main focus is going to be on the PBA 50. I look forward to attempting to go toe-to-toe with the true legends of our sport that have been around since I've been a kid and in my younger years. Norm Duke, Parker Bone, Walter Ray, Pete Weber. There's a list of guys out there that I'll still have to beat, so certainly not going to be a cakewalk by any means. And then some of the guys that are out there now that are factors week in and week out, Brian LeClaire, Ron Moore, my old roommate, Bakes, Tom Baker.
Sammy.
Be good to be able to see you guys. Sammy V, Sammy Ventura. Thank you for everything. So in this season of the year, giving thanks, appreciation to everybody. I hope everybody has a great Christmas and a safe New Year. Please continue to watch the videos. If there's things that you want to see or questions that you have, please throw it in the comments and we'll try to get to them as best we can. Is there anything now we need to go over, or is that it for today?
Not much.
If you guys got any questions,
There's not much
Well, that's
on
okay.
there.
Hopefully today was fun.
Yeah.
It was something different.
just to
And-
let you know, we
Okay,
did
go ahead.
this. We did this because we wanted to show you that you can still hit the pocket with 10 different bowling balls. You know, it doesn't have to be one set thing. You know, if one looks better than the other, and obviously some of them did look good. Like I wouldn't have used that High Road X at all. Probably wouldn't use the Alpha Crux. Probably would have been the Pro Motion or the IQ or the Matchup. Those would have been the three I would have used. Same thing with Brad. You know, that's what Bowl U's about. So he can give the pitch for Bowl U to get over there and ask Rick. Come if you guys are local. Make sure you guys come out for the summer camps.
Fort Worth, Texas. I know Rick has a Bull U workshop planned down in Fort Worth, Texas. If you're anywhere down in the south or southwest, New Mexico, obviously Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, those, or at least Western Tennessee, those areas, man, if it comes between going to a small tournament that weekend or going to the Bull U workshop, I'm telling you, you're making a huge mistake if you miss the chance. You got Del Ballard that will be at that Bull U workshop. You got Susie Minshew, gold level coach, as well as a certified Bull U coach. You also have Humberto Vasquez, who is from Mexico, an international star from Mexico. He's coming up for that. And Rick has said if we get a large enough group of people down there, that he would like to have me down there as well. And I'd love to be down there, and I would be honored to come down and be a part of that. So Rick, if you could put the dates of that, I don't know the dates off the top of my head, but if you could put them, hopefully you're watching, if you could put them right in the comments, or maybe Rick's not on right now, that's okay. I know he's vacationing with his 2 boys. So Rick, Merry Christmas. Kenny, Justin, Merry Christmas. And all of Pitt Nation and everybody watching, thank you very much. And I guess we will get together in, be watching the website, because next Wednesday is, I believe, New Year's Day, and we will be packed in here. Isn't next Wednesday New Year's Day?
Either New Year's Day or New Year's Eve.
Okay, so we're pretty busy New Year's Day in here, so we won't be able to do a video. So be watching the 10 in the Pit website, Facebook page, and we'll try to get it out there. All right, sorry for my long-windedness, but have a great holiday and be safe. We'll see you next time. Thank you.